Hello, Technologycrazy here, and today we're going to be talking about H.A.V.E. It's only an acronym that I totally made up myself, but it makes you have good videos. See what I did there? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a few tips and tricks and ideas that will contribute to you guys making amazing videos. Number 1, we're going to be talking about human quality. Number 2, we're going to be talking about audio quality. Number 3, we're going to be talking about video quality. And last but not least, editing quality, which spells have, if you couldn't figure it out. Pretty brilliant, right? Before we start the video though, I want to say that these are tips and tricks of stuff that I've learned over the years and years of making videos. They should not be taken literally. It's not a bible for making good videos. It's only suggestions. So some things can totally go out the window for certain people and for certain videos or certain movies or certain ideas or yeah, so you get it. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so number 1 is stay on topic. This is one of the more important things while making a video because if you go off topic, your audience is going to lose attention and they're going to leave. Now, one way to make this a little bit easier is to write a script. Now, when I say write a script, I don't mean read off a script. I don't want anyone looking right beside the camera and being like, hey, Technologycrazy here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on this, and then maybe look at the camera once, and then look back, and then there. It gets so confusing. So make sure you know what you're saying. Just summarize it, maybe in point form, and then have a look right before the shot, and then just really summarize it in front of the camera. It should be your own words, not someone else's. This really connects the audience as well as makes everything more fun and interesting. Now, the next 2 things have to do with voice. Now, sounding confident is very important while making videos. If you sound confident, people will believe that you know what you're talking about, even if you have absolutely no idea. One easy way to sound confident is to get yourself pumped up. Right before making a video, maybe listen to some crazy music, rock out, and sit in front of the camera, and just be yourself. Second, actually use your voice. I hear lots of people on YouTube that don't use their voice, and for some things like silent videos that have deeper meanings, using no voice is actually good. But in most cases, especially tutorials, using your voice basically makes everything a lot easier to understand, as well as connects the audience with the video maker. Next is adding humor. Now, if you can successfully add humor, your video will automatically be more successful because people are more likely to connect with people with humorness in them. Is humorness a word? See, that was humor. Actually, that wasn't. I was being serious. So basically, don't force humor and try to add a little bit of humor into your videos if all possible. Next is try not to make mistakes. Now, it seems impossible, and it is impossible unless you're completely perfect. But for all the people that aren't perfect in the world, they have this amazing thing called cutscenes, where you can actually record one scene, cut it, and then record the next, and cut it, and then record the next, and it will flow pretty nicely. Okay, so let's move on to audio quality. Now, my number 1 tip is finding a good microphone and in a quiet room. We definitely do not want to hear the TV in the background, and if it's a windy day, we don't want to hear in the background because it's very distracting. Also, adding music in your background makes a gigantic difference while making videos. See how I can change this atmosphere of this speech by just changing the music and the background. It's remarkable. See how I can change this atmosphere of this speech by just changing the music and the background. It's remarkable. Now, on top of that, make sure all your audio is equalized. That means making it not too loud and not too quiet. In most editing programs, they'll actually show you a level indicator and where you should be and where you are. So that's always very, very helpful. Make sure you check that out because it's very, very important while making good videos. Next is video quality. Now, one of the key aspects of making a good video is video length. You want to try to keep it as short as possible. Now, of course, this is not the case for all videos. For some of them, you want to keep them more long. But for most videos, you want to keep them as short and precise as possible. Get rid of everything that you don't need. Also, lighting is very, very important. If you have a really bad camera, then adding lots of light is actually going to improve the quality of your video. So make sure you're in a really well-lit area. It will just improve the overall quality of your video. Also, learn when to zoom and shoot from different angles. I don't need to see you from every single angle every 3 seconds. Now, sometimes it's really cool, but make sure you know when to use it. Last is editing quality. Now, this is one of the most challenging things to do with having to make a good video. Generally, for every 1 minute that your video is, you should spend about 1 hour filming and editing. One of the tips I have for editing is to actually go through each cut and cut out all the stuff you don't need. That includes all the seconds in between cutting time. For example, if I were to talk now and then go to this scene, you can kind of see how I'm not cutting correctly from where my speech ends and stops. It's very, very important to actually cut it right to the second, for example like this. It really adds to the video. Tip number 2 is know every single thing about your editing program that you could possibly know. This really opens up your mind to knowing what is possible and what is not possible and is very, very, very important while making videos. My very last tip is to export into the highest quality you can possibly do. A really good way of doing this is going on YouTube and searching how to export video out of Windows Movie Maker for YouTube or something like that, and you can actually watch all this video and they'll walk you through how to get the best quality video out of your editing program, because you can export into a whole bunch of different formats. They compress them differently, they warp them differently, their screen resolution will be different, so make sure you go and check out a video to get the maximum amount of quality out of your video. Anyways, I guess that concludes this video, so please check out the link in the description for a playlist for my iPhone 5, as well as I'll make a playlist for making videos. So I'll have a whole playlist on it helping you guys improve your videos, so please stay tuned for that. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I guess that's all from Technologycrazy. Goodbye. I just did my whole video realizing that I'm wearing a green shirt, and there's a green background behind me. This is going to be really interesting editing. Wish me luck. Wow.